So lastly here, I have our D diamonds. Number 107888936. And you can see they're this gorgeous white color on the bottom with a chrome finish on top, reflecting purples and yellows, some bluish greens maybe. I think these are going to look absolutely fabulous on our Snowflake. Oh no. Okay, these proved to be a bit harder to get out. A bit of a runner. These ones. Oh, these are just gorgeous. If you can see them in the light. These are so pretty. I'm obsessed with these. But especially because, yeah, they seem somewhat purple, bluish. I don't know if you can pick that up on camera. They're reflecting purpley, magenta, like orangey yellow, and there's some blue too. So I guess multi-chrome is what you would call them. But since these definitely seem bigger, and because my wax seemed to be drying up on the seed diamonds, I am going to attempt to put some more wax into the stylus. So what I did last time was I simply stuck the stylus into the wax, twisted it, attempted to pull out a piece of wax. I believe that worked. If we look in our stylus, seems as though there's a new piece. There seems to be a piece missing from the wax. So hopefully this works. Let's see as we attempt our first D diamond. Ah, perfect. Now where to start? Oh no. I didn't realize before, but a couple of them seemed to fall on here when I was opening. I mean, they fell in the right place, which is good. I think that's it for now, but we'll see. I think I may start from the bottom and work up, or the left and move right. Let's do bottom and work up. Oh, I love that. These are so pretty. Definitely worth the wait. I'm glad I did these last, because the B and the C, although very pretty, would not have been as exciting after you've already done these. Yeah, I'm obsessed with these. These are so pretty. They are a little bit harder to pick up though. They're larger than the B and the C diamonds. I have to use a bit more force to pick them up. Definitely harder to pick up. I'm glad to see that my trick still seems to work though, to get them facing the right way. Okay. Maybe I need another piece of new wax. Let's grab some more. You know what's happening is because these are bigger, they get almost kind of stuck in the grooves. And the grooves actually, I think, are holding them down. So I'm going to push some of these forward out of the grooves, actually. I think that might help. Yeah. Grooves were good for the smaller diamonds, not as good for the D ones. These are certainly harder to pick up though. Realizing there's like a certain groove in which I have to pick them up, or the stylus and the diamond don't connect in the right way. Like that one. See how it's almost stuck there? It's getting a little stuck in the groove. Just move these forward a bit. Oh no! Disaster! I'm just gonna scoop these into my hand and dump them back right in the tray. Some of these I am having to press down with, you know, a good amount of force. Still, they're not really coming up that well. I'm gonna add even more wax. I mean, they did give us 2 of these, so I have quite a lot. Gonna really get as much wax as possible, almost so that it's almost overflowing out of the stylus, and see if that helps. Okay, this is definitely helping. Here we go. Yeah, I think the more wax from the wax caddy, the better, especially with these quite large diamonds. Oh, here we go. Now I'm in the groove, Mama. Now I'm here. I was worried there for a second. I bet y'all noticed. But now we're flying. Oh my lord, now we're flying. Wow. This is pretty. Starting to come together all right. Another runaway here. Just gonna put her where she needs to be. These, I have to make sure they're on there flat because since they're bigger, sometimes if I haven't placed them very precisely, it's a bit of a tight squeeze. Just try to make sure, like this one, that there's enough room for everybody. look at this, we finished this whole bottom section here. Isn't that looking nice? I think it's looking really cute. And then as we continue up here, just gonna tie it all together. I think blue might be my favorite color. Although these pinks and these purples are really pretty. I don't know, blue's been my favorite for a long time. Although I do love purple, as you can see from my nails. But even my nails, I would say, are a more blue-toned purple. There's something just so calming about blue. You know, obviously it makes you think of water. For me, the beach, the ocean, specifically. It's just always been my favorite. It's a good go-to. Dark blue, light blue. Warmer and cooler blues, I love them all. And blue works so well with so many other colors, like with this, for example. Now I'm wondering where I should display this snowflake once I'm done with it. I might put it in my window. I think that could be really pretty. Like when the morning sun is hitting it, and reflects off all the little diamonds. I think that could be really nice. And if you saw part one, it comes with its own stand, which is really cute. Alright, so I'm doing kind of this background area. I think I'll continue the background area over here, and then maybe work on this snowflake a bit. Also in my window, I have a, what's it called, like a salt rock lamp. And at night I like to turn that on because the what would you call them? The lights installed in the ceiling are really bright, a little too bright for nighttime for me. So I like to put the light from the salt rock on at night, and I think that light reflecting against these diamonds and this snowflake would be really, really pretty. It's like a, oh my god, I've done that twice. Now why is that? But it's like a pinkish orange light, which I think will look pretty on this. Now let me clean these up. I'm such a silly goose. And then I spilled more, so I'm trying to clean them up. No matter. Okay. A couple of them ran free, but I think we'll be able to find them, you know, as we're finishing this up. That's all I see for now. I think it's fine. All I was trying to do is get some more of these the right way. There we go. Good enough for now. But yeah, maybe in the window. Or I could leave it on my desk. That could be nice. My desk is near the window too, so you'd still get, you know, some daylight reflecting off of it. We'll see. Or I guess I could proudly display it in the living room for everyone to see who enters our humble abode. Okay, let's work on this mini snowflake right here. Ooh, we're really coming together now. It's not going to be long until we're done. That's so exciting. Ooh. This kind of multi-chrome diamond, in contrast with the B and the C diamonds, is really lovely. I need you to grip. Wow. Ooh la la. Wow, look at that. I'm just gonna see if I can move this one over a little bit. Oh. There we go. I love that. That's so pretty. Wow. Some of them, yeah, I'm just trying to make sure for the final product, a lot of them are as center as they can be. Alright, let's work on these two little snowflakes over here next. I gotta run away. Now, if you had little kids, I'm not sure that I would recommend this craft, because I'm a full-grown adult, and even I am kind of getting these beads everywhere. So, if you have a small child who might put one of these little things in their mouth, that's not going to be the craft for you. Or if you just don't want your house a mess from the little kids, even if they wouldn't eat it, same thing. See, one of those little runt C's from before are on here. Trying to spoil our snowflake. No, we can't have that. But yeah, I would say this is definitely an adult craft. For sure. For sure. Doesn't that one seem to be a little bit of a different color? I just noticed that it's not as intense as the others. I don't mind it, I just definitely noticed there seemed to be a little variation on this one. But I guess that's what'll make it special. I mean, if we're gonna learn anything from snowflakes, it's that every single one is different. Their differences are what make them unique and what make them special, so. Let me not judge this little diamond. Love it. Okay. Gonna brush some more forward. I used the stylus that time in hopes to not send them everywhere with my clumsy hands. But they really do just want to jump these things. I love doing the diamonds in the circle or in the straight line. There's something just so satisfying about doing one after the other. And then completing it. Love it. Just scratches that itch, you know? Filling in these more sparse areas. Ooh, and she's really coming along. Isn't it so, like, wholesome how something so simple can really bring you so much joy if you let it? It's so sweet. This little craft is so sweet. Love. Now I'm gonna fill in this little snowflake. Just making sure they're all pressed down. Like I said, sometimes when there's a bunch right next to each other, it can be a little snug. I just want to make sure they're all in full contact with the sticky film. These ones are a bit snug up here in this little mini circle. I really have to make sure they're got enough room. I don't know if this last one's gonna fit all the way. I'll try, but it's quite a tight fit. That's what she said. Sorry. So, I had to. Okay. There we go. I think that's a little better. I don't think I put too many on. I think that's how many it said, right? Oh well. Like I said, what makes a snowflake interesting is its imperfections and its differences. How many are on this one? Let's see, that's 4, 7, 8. There's 8 on this one. See, and it's difficult to get these on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, still 8. It's a little bit harder to get them on. I love how this looks though. Okay, let's move on. Ooh, this one's gonna look really nice. I think the navy blue contrasting with this. Oh, I already love that. Already love that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Has anyone watched the Winter Olympics? I haven't been super plugged into the Olympics, I'll be honest. But I have been watching the ice skating a bit. Because I find it so fascinating. And in particular, I've been obsessed with Alyssa Liu. I just think she's so cool. And obviously incredibly talented. An incredible athlete and an incredible artist. I will say that's why I think I'm drawn to her so much in her work, because you can tell that she treats her skating routines as, performances. There's so much emotion and spontaneity in her when she skates that I think is what makes her so interesting to watch. Aside from the, obvious athletic prowess and precision she possesses, to the layman like me who doesn't know a ton about ice skating, what's most impactful in her performances to me is her artistry and her everything beneath the technical components. I think I need to add a bit more wax to my stylus. I noticed they're getting harder to pick up the diamonds again, so I'm gonna add some more. There seems to be a candy theme to what these remind me of. This makes me think of like the fruit by the foot roll-ups. Maybe I'm not even really a candy person, honestly. But I guess in this one series I've talked about nerds, pop rocks, and now fruit roll-ups, so maybe crafting makes me think of childhood, which is making me think of candy. That might be it. Oh, a bit of wax got on the diamond. That honestly might be part of it. I went to like an after school program, which is like when they would look after the staff would look after you in between school and whenever your parents could eventually pick you up. And at after school program, a lot of days we would do a craft to pass the time. And I think on Fridays, if we like had been good that week, we would get some candy. So I think it is possible they're tied in my mind. Okay. Wow, this whole side is looking really, really gorgeous. Let's finish her up, shall we? This is so exciting. And if you've watched okay. What I was going to say is, if you have watched any of these videos, this A1 is bothering me a little bit. If you have watched any of these Snowflake videos, or even multiple of them, thanks so much. That's awesome. Means a lot. I'm kind of just doing this channel for fun, but if it brings anyone, you know, some peace or some relaxation, that's awesome. That's why I listen to ASMR. It really relaxes me if I'm feeling anxious or I've had a hectic day. An ASMR video just really calms me down and brings me a lot of pleasure. And just, it feels like it resets my nervous system, honestly. Here we go. And I kind of want to make the ASMR that I'm a fan of. I might have talked about this in my first video ever on the channel, but I really like, you know, long form ASMR that gives you sort of the time and the space to let your mind wander and just to chill out. And I like ASMR that doesn't have a huge production value. I don't need the equipment to be super expensive. In fact, sometimes I prefer more of a lo-fi, lower quality camera or mic. There's something almost quite like pedestrian and familiar about it that I really like. It feels more so like I'm just casually hanging out with a friend instead of, you know, like being sold a highly produced TV show or something, you know? Sometimes it feels more intimate when it's just something somebody's shot on their iPhone, like me. But sometimes I do like something a bit more highly produced every once in a while. It's fun to switch it up. Wow, you guys, we're almost done. This is crazy. This has been so fun. Was that our last diamond? Let's see. Let's do a final little check over everything. Let me move this one over a bit. Diamond. I'm going to press down everything just to make sure it's really stuck on there. Isn't this so gorgeous? You can see the light moving off of it. Lastly, from my desk drawer, I'm going to grab the stand. I think I just kind of snuggle this in, if I'm not mistaken. You know what? Maybe this would be easiest if I just hold this. Wow, these really are. What's so interesting is I don't know if this is coming across for you guys on camera, but here the D diamonds look white basically. Like completely silvery white. Then from here they're this brilliant like purple and orangey color. It's a really gorgeous movement and refracting of light. Okay, let's put this here. Okay. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Oh my goodness. I feel like a proud mother. Oh my god. Look at her. She's gorgeous. Wow. And I'm gonna display her. Yeah, I think maybe on my desk or in my window. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll leave you with some fun sounds. Until next time.